And welcome, folks. We are here at the Talladega Superspeedway on this cloudy Saturday morning here. We are going to do hot seat qualifying for the Alabama Power 500. And we're getting the cars loaded in here. And of course, you know, we're going to see lap times immediately after their, what's the word for it? Outlap, because of where the start-finish line is placed, because, well, you've heard it a million times. I'm not going to entertain it. You know where the start-finish line is if you know anything about Talladega. So we're going to get the cars out here to do qualifying laps here for about a good 10 minutes or so. And then we will move on to full field qualifying. Of course, the top two advance from this session as always. Mike Cook in the 91 going to be the first out on to the racetrack. Followed by the 26 of Juan Rodriguez, the 09 Declan Wellington Turner. 99 is Jordan Lopez, Richmond winner. 54 is Josephine O'Neill. Jordan Lopez, the Richmond winner in Scots, that is. Aiden Macro in the 41 coming off. The 7, Louis Zancala. The 31, Vic Merlin. 57, Boston Jones. 50 is Braden Perez. And the 80 is Keith Kent. And so here we are to do qualifying laps here on this cloudy morning at Talladega Superspeedway. Cook is going to be the first one to come around. See what kind of speed he's carrying here through the tri-oval. He's all by himself. 204 miles per hour. But Declan Wellington Turner and Juan Rodriguez catching up to each other. Might wonder if these two try to hook up here and try to do a tandem. And of course, that was just their out lap. So we'll see the true laps come in this time by. I am surprised Declan Wellington Turner and Juan Rodriguez are not trying to hook up nose to tail here to try to do a tandem, because they would definitely pick up speed. Especially considering Mike Cook is all by himself right now. But we'll see what the lap times look like this time by as Mike Cook comes through the tri-oval. We get more and more cars out onto the racetrack. And 46.259, and hello, Declan Wellington Turner, 45.684. Beautiful lap there. As the top 5 have now done laps, and up to the top of the, well, it's still Declan Wellington Turner, but we're getting more and more cars onto the racetrack. I believe the only one that hasn't run an out lap yet is the 57 of Boston Jones, and it is. So we'll see what the standings look like this time by. So they're coming around for second lap. Second timed lap here. The 91, 09, and 26 are. Cook down into the 45.937. And 44.830 Declan Wellington Turner. Juan Rodriguez, 44.834. And we'll see what kind of speed they're carrying down the back straightaway. 211 miles per hour. Juan Rodriguez in the 213 going into the turn. Declan Wellington Turner about 212. So looks like in behind, Rodriguez might be a little quicker this time. He's going to take a sling down low. Nope, he thinks better of it. Pulls back in line behind Declan Wellington Turner. Through the tri-oval. 214 miles per hour. Back to the line. Juan Rodriguez. 44.587. And Declan Wellington Turner second. I believe these two are going to be formidable. This is going to be a formidable duo. But now that we have this threesome here going on, Boston Jones, Mike Cook, and Louis Zancala. Well, Zancala's going to slip out of it, but Cook is pressed against the backside of that 57. With just over 5 minutes remaining here in uncharted qualifying at Talladega, Cook's going to take the slingshot down low. I don't know if that's going to help him have a faster speed or not. He hasn't cracked the 44s yet. And he will, but he's not going to go to the top. The lap will stay the same. 44.441. Juan Rodriguez. Declan Wellington Turner in second. So Juan Rodriguez, coming into this Talladega weekend in Scots, first in the points by 1 point over Quentin Moore, has shown great speed all season long, but is looking to have another good race coming out of Talladega Superspeedway, whether in just Scots and possibly in Cup if he holds on for the next 4 minutes or so. And he got even quicker, 44.227. See what kind of speed they're carrying. 214 miles per hour. Flat out all the way through the corners. They're catching up to these four. Zankala, Jones, Merlin, and Cook. Don't know if that's going to help them or that's going to hurt them. It may hurt them, though. 218 miles an hour. Declan Wellington Turner. Oh, let's keep an eye on this. 219, 220. Oh, boy. This is going to be a big lap here for Declan. Up to the top side to try to keep speed. 43.479. And Rodriguez is still second. 43.776. That average speed there had to be over 215 miles per hour. Unreal. But now that they're in this pack here, they at least get to practice in the draft. But I don't know how that's going to go as far as lap times go. This may or may not help them. See, Declan Wellington Turner is doing 218, 220, to 219, now to 220. Yeah, didn't improve the lap there. But so far, he and Rodriguez are the only ones to crack the 43. I wasn't expecting that. But what a lap by those two. It's just under 2.5 minutes remaining here in uncharted qualifying at Talladega Superspeedway. 6 cars here in the draft. The slowest car on track, the 41 for Full Frontal Motorsports' is uncharted car. That's Aiden Macro. Wellington Turner's going to try a slingshot down low, see if he can better his lap time. Not going to happen, only 2:17. And Rodriguez is going to fall out of the top 4. Or the top 2, rather. He's down to 4th. Tied for third with Braden Perez. And the top 6 are now inside the 43 range. Move Louis Zankala to second on the board. Declan Wellington Turner still on top. 43.487 for Zankala. He's on the top side. Rodriguez trying to get a bit of a push there from Braden Perez. Declan Wellington Turner, of course, going to come down the pit road. He doesn't need anything to worry about now. Ooh, Perez going to look down low. That's going to hurt Rodriguez's time for sure. For sure. But now just over a minute remaining. Can Rodriguez get back into the hunt? The 99 coming around to complete another lap. 10th overall on track right now. So it hasn't been a great session so far for the 99 of Jordan Lopez. Hasn't been in a draft like this bunch has. But, gotta watch out for Juan Rodriguez this next lap, though, I think. We are going to have a couple resets, of course, so if he stays in behind, uses the draft, I believe we could see him have a killer lap here. Already 2:17 going off into turn number 1. But he's down to 2:11, though. We'll keep an eye on the speed here. Yeah, he's not picking up any speed, so I don't think he's going to be the 2:20 we saw coming down the front straightaway. I think this one's just about settled here. I think it's going to be Turner and Zankala making the show. But we'll have to see what happens here in these final few seconds here of the session. Aiden Macro going to join the pack here. No laps changing at all on the board. Rodriguez looks like he might even lose the draft, and that'll be it for him. Down the back straightaway. Is he closing in on Cook? 2:15. But now he's got to get out of the gas. Okay, we get the second reset now. 2:12. Is he going to get down low? He will. There's not going to be enough time for another lap after this. He's not going to get there. No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. It's going to be Declan Wellington Turner and Louis Zankala advancing to the Alabama Power 500 here at Talladega. They take it with Turner with a 43.479 and Zankala with a 43.487. Perez, Rodriguez, Cook, Merlin, Jones, O'Neill, Kent, Lopez, and Aiden Macro put up valiant efforts, but it just wasn't enough. But that's going to do it for Uncharted qualifying. Let's go to the full field qualifying sesh here at Talladega Superspeedway. And we are ready. And we are ready to get full field qualifying underway here at Talladega. Declan Wellington Turner and Louis Zankala advancing from Uncharted qualifying. And Mitchell Collins is going to be the first out on the racetrack. And again, this first lap going to be the out lap. Of course, he crossed the start-finish line there. So we will see a time on the board, but it is not going to be an at-speed time. He's going to take this first lap to get up to speed. So we're going to see more and more cars come off of pit in. Interesting to see how many people will be able to get in the pack and use the draft. I fully expect it to be something that happens. But we'll see if that is the kind of thing that wins a pole position here at Talladega. It's what helped Declan Wellington Turner and Louis Zankala advance from Uncharted qualifying. So it's not entirely out of the question that it would help someone to a pole position here at Talladega Superspeedway. But here we go. First official lap starting now for Mitchell Collins in the 59. That's his out lap. It only took 54 seconds to get around in that out lap. That's pretty impressive, but we'll see what he's got under the hood of that 59 car. As Trey Wright will also start his first lap. 84 Nathan Smith, 52 Josiah Robinson, Declan Wellington Turner. And the 4 of Chase Buck. Coming around, Mitchell Collins going to complete his first officially timed lap. What's it going to be at the line? 46.829. Goes straight into the number 1 on the board. Will he hold on to it as more come around here? Already seeing some packs forming. Trey Wright to the top of the charts. He was in behind Charlie Davenport. He gets a 45.761. Declan Wellington Turner and Nathan Smith now to the top of the board. He's in a bigger pack now. 45.125. It's getting lower and lower and lower here at Talladega. Of course, as expected. Once these packs start to form, the speeds are going to kick up. Looking at 213 miles an hour down the back straightaway, Nathan Smith. And big speed here for Beverly Creed, 218. Right to the top of the board. You saw that coming from a mile away. 44.220. But there's still 11:35 left. And that's why we wait. Nathan Smith to the top of the board with a 44.066 in the middle of the pack. I am surprised that that was able to work. But you see these guys staying mostly single-filed out here in these packs. That is definitely going to be an advantage to them, staying single-file there. Kukulon looking at 2:15 and behind Alexander Rowe. And that gives him a 45.494. That's going to place him 29th on the board right now. Still Nathan Smith on the top of the board, though, with a 44.066. And now, the most dangerous guy in the series, Roy Ribbleton, with a 43.797. And he beats out Ben Young by 1/1000th of a second. Ben Young right in behind him there in that number 2. And this is a little close for comfort there. Trey Wright and Eric Monaco now tied for pole position. Trey Wright's going to get the nod with a 43.747. Charlie Davenport's third right now. Then Ribbleton, Young, Biller, Parrish, Durrani, Cologne, and Buck. That is the top 10 right now here at Talladega in qualifying. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Durrani leading this field down the back straightaway, this pack. He's got Young, Thibodeau, and Daisy Johnson in behind him. Christian Vargas and RJ Rosero is now going to go to the top of the board as Ben Young comes down the pit road. 43.635 for that Geico Toyota. We'll see what the speeds look like here for this group. Anyone able to get back on top of the board? None of them. How about these? No. Not at all. We're carrying 2:17 now for Sebastian Kukulon and Stephen Cologne. And that'll put Stephen Cologne 9th on the board with a 43.802. Kukulon's best lap still it's a 43.852. That's 13th overall. This is not what you want to do here in a qualifying session to try to get the pole. You want to stay in a singled out line, and preferably at the back of it. Looks like Ben Crouch is going to go to the back of this line. He won the Scots National race here last year. He won the Die Hard Advanced Auto Parts 300, as it was called then. The Bose Electronic 300 this season for Scots. But at the back end of this line, trying to sniff a draft off of Louis Zankala, Declan Wellington-Turner, and Samet Osgood. Carrying a speed of 218 miles an hour in behind the 7 of Zankala. And look out for Andrew Miller coming off of the pit road. I don't know how much speed that slowed him up. I don't know how much that slowed him up, but hopefully it wasn't much. Darren Arnsdorf, Richmond winner, to the top of the board with a 43.593. Chase Buck, 43.537. And Ben Crouch is still on a hard charge to the line. 219, 218. 43.661. 8th. Not a bad lap at all for the Season 1 champion. But there's Buck in this group right here. Arnsdorf is here with his teammate Keegan Thompson. So he and Buck are the only ones to crack the 43.5. That wasn't until Nathan Stapleton went to second with a 43.576. Won the CarQuest Indy Racing League race at Richmond. So he's got some momentum coming here into Talladega as well. So we are under 6.5 minutes remaining here at Talladega Superspeedway to see who's going to get on the pole for the Alabama Power 500. Andrew Williams, Auto Club winner, now to second with a 43.572, just creeping closer and closer to Chase Buck's time as more cars come around. Now under 6 minutes remaining. We'll see if anybody can overtake Buck's time. I would not count it out. I know we're later in the session, but it's still not entirely out of the question. You see, even by himself, Andrew Miller was carrying 218 miles per hour. The packs are definitely slowing up, though. Looking at about 218 here for Nathan Stapleton, 219 in behind the 17. And it is not a better lap, 43.755. So it is still Buck on the top of the board right now with 5 minutes remaining here at Talladega. The last Superspeedway we went to, it was Benny Watson winning the Daytona 500. He has picked up another win since then at Martinsville, and right now Benny Watson is looking at 19th right now on the grid. The season one winner, season one winner here at Talladega, it was Zachary Fitzwater. He started somewhere in the middle of the field. I think it was 15th. But we didn't do speedway physics for that race. But it seemed like a trend at the time as Dan Park goes to the top of the board. And Nathan Stapleton to second. Chase Buck back to third. 43.407. Dan Park, what a lap. So back to season one at Talladega. We didn't do speedway physics for that race. But the race winner, who was Zachary Fitzwater, ended up winning that race starting from... trying to figure out what position he started in here. All I know is it was somewhere in the middle of the field. I am trying to figure it out here. As Ben Crouch to the top of the board with a 43.248 for that 74. He started from the pole at Scotts National last season and he won that race. Could he do the same here? It's not 29 laps, it's 38 laps though for the race. So we'll have to see what he can do. I'll have to see if he can hold on to that position first. But this is a massive pack right here. They're carrying all sorts of crazy speed. 220 miles per hour for Ben Crouch coming around again. Not going to better his time, but he will go to the head of this train. Okay, for the record, Fitzwater started from the 17th position for that season one win at Talladega. And in season number 2 at Talladega, first season we did speedway physics for this thing. The winner, Casey Holland, started fairly deep in the field if I remember right. We'll come around again. 2 minutes remaining now. Declan Wellington Turner in second right now. Behind Ben Crouch, Dan Park third, Nathan Stapleton fourth, Owen Miles in fifth, then Chase Buck, Charlie Davenport, Beverly Creed, Andrew Williams, and Sebastian Kukulon. That is the top 10 right now in qualifying here at Talladega. Casey Holland started 28th to win that race. Right now, the 28th position is Chris Reynolds, and 17th is Christian Vargas. Just doing your little trendy McNuggets there. Hard to tell what a trend is until you've done this for a number of seasons, though, so take it with a grain of salt. As now a minute remaining here at Talladega. Sam Oskin's going to take the sling to the inside with Owen Miles. See what kind of speed they carry out of this corner. 2:15. In behind Daisy Johnson, and Owen Miles is going to take a look down low with 2:16. He's not going to get a better lap here. Surely they're not going to improve their lap. I take it back. Sam Oskin just placed his best lap, and it'll move him to 15th. Goodness. That's unexpected. But 20 seconds remaining here, and we may or may not get a reset. We may or may not already have had one. But now, it is Ben Crouch on the pole for now with a 43.248. Good grief, they'd have to be flying around at 400 miles an hour to do that. But, Sebastian Kukulon is leading this pack right now. He's in 14th on track right now. 25 seconds remaining, and this massive line here is still got some steam. Until they caught that 51. Mitchell Collins is 2:20 entering the tri-oval. Beverly Creed trying to find some room. Trey Wright. Yeah, once they caught the 68 and 48, that hurt him big time. But it is Dan Park second, Nathan Stapleton third, Beverly Creed fourth, Declan Wellington Turner fifth, then Collins, Trey Smith, Andrew Miller, Tyton Nicholas, and Joey Hightower. That's the top 10, all behind Ben Crouch in the 74. And the final countdown, I believe, is coming down now. And that will do it here for qualifying at Talladega. Ben Crouch, Dan Park, Nathan Stapleton, Beverly Creed, Declan Wellington Turner, Mitchell Collins, Trey Smith, Andrew Miller, Tyton Nicholas, and Joey Hightower will be the top 10 for the Alabama Power 500 tomorrow here at Talladega. We'll scroll through the rest of your standings here. The slowest time on track, Brad Stover with a 44.101, and only 3 outside of the 43s, Kip Silverpoint, Ethan Lewis, and Brad Stover. So that'll do it here for qualifying at Talladega. Best of luck to everyone tomorrow and later on, of course, for the Scots National Series race here at Talladega. Best of luck to everyone. Hope everyone has a good time. And until next time, y'all have a good one.